Hey guys, it's Trevor Laird here, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin mining. Now, you may be curious, how are Bitcoins made and how does this entire system work? Well, you have found the right article to read, but let's take a quick look at the basic topics. Now, wherever you are in the world right now, your current government prints money, and this is based off of their economic factors and GDP and world banks and lots of different things that go into it. But Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like it are a decentralized financial system. So where does all that money come from? So the obvious and easy answer is mining. But what is that? So imagine your home computer is being sent mathematical problems to solve for the Bitcoin network. And in return, the Bitcoin network will give your mining computational software a reward. And that reward is Bitcoin, and that is how new Bitcoins are made. But why does this process occur? In essence, I want you to think about it like this. If you have a debit card or even a Visa or MasterCard or anything like that, you tap the card or you swipe it, whatever you may do in your country, and that data goes back to a large central server. There's probably like 5 or 6 big data centers around the world. They process that transaction, they confirm it to make sure that it's valid. Then that transaction gets sent back to the retail that you're shopping at saying, boom, approved or no, declined. Now, all of this can happen in seconds and or minutes. Now, the power required to do that and the server farms and all of that are quite large. But in a decentralized system like Bitcoin, we don't have the advantage of a centralized serving farm, nor would you want one. That would defeat the entire purpose. So the miners actually solve and confirm these transactions. Now, besides the obvious benefit of minting the new Bitcoins and also confirming the transactions to make sure they're all valid and processed, there is another benefit to miners, and that is security of the overall network. So in a central system, obviously you have, say, one main server, and hackers could go in and attack that one main server. But the more miners we have, the more that is spread out and decentralized. And of course, there's going to be more miners because everyone wants a piece of that sweet blockchain reward. Now, we know that over the years, the competition has increased with Bitcoin mining, and this has caused a massive evolution in the technology. When I was first trying to mine Bitcoins, I was using a bank of old computers and just running their CPUs. Then somebody figured out how to tap into the power of GPUs or game processing units, and then all these video cards were being bought up across the world to mine Bitcoins. It was a crazy time happening. And then it got even wilder when ASICs came into the picture. And then suddenly this ASIC standard, again, it did become the standard across all mining for SHA 256 cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Now, after the ASIC changed the entire mining space, everything kind of stopped at that. There was no new type of hardware that came out. What happened was the ASICs just got better and better, smaller and smaller, and more efficient. And that is still the standard for Bitcoin mining today. Now, if you're sitting there watching this on your desktop right now, you might be wondering, can I mine Bitcoins right now today with my desktop computer? Now, the answer technically is yes. You can get software on your computer right now, and you're able to utilize your CPU and your GPU to mine Bitcoins. But what happens in the Bitcoin network is as more miners come in, the difficulty of mining goes up because the amount of Bitcoins created every 10 minutes has to remain the same until it's halved about every 4 years. So your computer right now is going to earn you pennies, and it's just not going to make any sense because the wear on the hardware is going to be so intense. If you really want to mine, you have to go with an ASIC. Now, a big question that a lot of people will ask is how big are the rewards? Now, if you were just to attack the Bitcoin network yourself and be, okay, I'm going to be a single source miner and I'm going to try to mine a batch of Bitcoins for myself, then you will probably not have a ton of luck unless you have massive warehouses filled with millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment. But do not fret, there is a system around that, and that is pooling, where lots of small miners pool their power together and use that to mine the Bitcoin network. And through this system, or even systems that will do a pay per share, they'll pay you for every bit of computational power that you send to the network. This does work, and you can make some good money if you get very efficient equipment or if your power costs are low. Now, of course, these rewards do reduce over time. Like we said, Bitcoin does half its supply about every 4 years, and this is the deflationary aspect of the currency, and this is actually a really good thing. So you may ask yourself, and you may have even heard that over 85% of Bitcoins have been mined already, so why would people keep doing it? So even in 110 years from now, when the last Bitcoin is mined, you will find something pretty interesting. People will keep mining. And the reason for that is because the transaction fees, the small transaction fees that happen as Bitcoin spreads across the world, will become payment to these miners to keep these decentralized farms going and keep this entire system afloat. Okay, so if I've done my job, I have got you curious. If you want to know any expanded information about what I talked about today, just simply scroll down to the article below and you're going to see a lot more with a few great links hidden within. For Excudo, I'm Trevor Laird.